Excellent.
All right, and
Then we can work from that.
yeah. All right. Let me know when you're ready to go.
I'm ready.
All right. Good afternoon. Welcome to our Lunch and Learn, Why They Buy, an introduction to bank code. I'm Marty Green, a bank and affiliate with Bank. Our presenter this afternoon is Valerie Johnson. Valerie is a certified licensed trainer with Bank. She's lucky enough to be trained personally by Sherry Tree, the creator, founder, and CEO of Bank. Valerie began her professional career in Connecticut as a primary school educator. When she became disenchanted with the educational system, she became a practicing attorney. She was one of 3 women in her graduating class. As she still loved teaching, she joined the faculty of the Clark Whitman Bar Review, where she helped train recent law school graduates gain the skills necessary to pass the Connecticut bar exam, allowing them to practice their chosen profession while practicing it herself. When Valerie married, she moved to Florida and went into business with her new husband. Together, they operated a very successful retail store in Palm Beach County. He handled the sales end of the business. She managed the back office and operations. Valerie needed more than the business provided. She missed the pace and intellectual stimulation of life in New England. She became the first woman to serve on the board of the American Floor Covering Association, then served as its president for 2 years. For the past few years, Valerie has been on a self-improvement journey. She became active in Toastmasters International, an international public speaking and leadership organization. She attained the coveted designation of Distinguished Toastmaster twice and was honored as Division Governor of the Year. Valerie has also become part of the Success Resources America, where she became certified both as a coach and a mentor. Here she met 2 people discussing the amazingly positive impact a methodology called Bank was having on their businesses. One ran 5 construction companies. The other was an ER physician. Valerie figured that if Bank worked in such diverse enterprises as construction and medicine, it would be effective in just about any situation. This was confirmed when she met Sherry Tree. She signed it as a trainer that day, most out of character for her, and she has never regretted that decision. While Valerie has never before been involved in commercial sales as a profession, she has experienced the impact of Bank as she builds her bank business. Her relationships have been enhanced using Bank, and she has seen the system impact professional sales people's sales soar, all by using the system called Bank. Valerie, it's all yours.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you very, very much. And welcome, everybody, to our Lunch and Learn, Why They Buy. While you're enjoying your lunch, we're going to unlock the secrets, the science, and the system to supercharge your sales up to 300%. According to Salesforce.com, when they did a study, 67% of professional salespeople indicated that they regularly miss their quota. Only 13% indicated that they felt adequately prepared when they walked into a presentation. That meant 87% were uncomfortable when they found out what was on the other side of the door or the other side of the table. Most astonishing to me was that 66% of prospects felt turned off by their presentation. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has often said the ability to sell is the #1 skill in business. Personally, I maintain that the ability to sell is the #1 skill in life. Because after all, aren't we constantly selling ourselves? Not just our products and services, but we sell ourselves to our children, to our spouses, to our coworkers, all the while selling. We've been told, at least everybody tells me they've been told, that you have to get a lot of no's to get a yes. In fact, there's one company I know of that hands its salespeople a sheet that has 99 numbers on it. Each time a salesperson gets a no when they make a call, they're to cross it out. By the time they get to 99 no's, they're expected to have 4 yeses. We actually believe sales is a number game, but what if there was a proven way to get more yeses? And we're here today to discover that yes, there is a proven way to get more yeses. It is bank. Let's take a look at the secret of bank. Bank is not a numbers game, it's a people game. Eloquently stated by Brian Tracy. Bank is personality based because after all, we are personalities. It is people focused and it is also going towards your profitability. We believe anybody in business has the right to a large, well, at least a reasonable profit. Let's take a look at our founder, Sherry Tree. Her journey will explain how this came to be. Sherry has a 20-year track record with the Methodology Bank. We're in more than 40 countries. We have well over 150 licensed trainers, and we're currently the #1 personality-based sales training in the world. Sherry started out her business career as a salesperson in financial services. The first year she made a whopping $700 in commissions and could not figure out why she wasn't fired. Over 5 years, by studying sales, taking the courses, going to seminars, watching the VCRs, listening to the tapes, hiring coaches and mentors, she got her salary up to $72,000. And she was upset that she wasn't doing better. All the while, her company was quite pleased. Sherry knew 2 things. She knew that she wanted to be rich and that she was capable of doing it, and that either the system was broken or she was broken. She knew she wasn't broken and set up herself aside to come up with a system that would work. Therefore was born Bank. Once Sherry implemented the Bank system in her practice, she took her commissions from $72,000 to $500,000. That's an increase of almost 700%. Let me ask you, what would an increase of 700% do to your outlook on life? I know what it would do to mine. And while most people don't make that much of an increase, I don't know anybody who has implemented the Bank methodology has not increased their sales significantly. In 3 years using the Bank methodology, Sherry got to over $1 million in sales. She was invited to speak around the world. She lectured at Harvard University, their business school, at the University of California in Berkeley. Word got out. And you know how scientists are? The good people at San Francisco State University said, this is too good to be true. We're going to study the Bank methodology, and we are going to prove that it is too good to be true. But that is not what happened. Bank actually was proven to predict the buying behavior of clients in 90 seconds or less. If you want a copy of this white paper that they produced, stick around until the end and we'll make sure that you get it. Albert Einstein says, it takes anybody, any fool can complicate things. It takes a genius to simplify them. Based on that, Sherry Tree is an absolute genius because she has simplified people to 90 seconds or less. Let's take a look at the science of Bank. First of all, Bank is a personality science. The word Bank is an acronym for the names we give the 4 personality codes: blueprint, action, nurturing, and knowledge. The 4 personalities were originally deciphered by Hippocrates. Hippocrates was the father of modern medicine. He had a large group of people that he doctored to, and he observed that he could put people into 4 distinct categories based on their personality. He called them the four temperaments. And he recognized that he had to speak to each temperament in a slightly different way if they were both to get the most benefit out of what he did. There was born the science of personality assessment. And I'm sure that many of you have taken a personality assessment, one of these on the screen or any of the others. I've spoken to many people who have taken these assessments. I asked them, how long did it take you to do it? The shortest answer I got was 15 minutes. The longest was over an hour. I then asked people, who did it tell you about? They all answered, why, me, of course. I then asked the critical question, did taking this assessment do anything for your bottom line? Did it help you sell more? Did it help your relationships? And 2 or 1, they said no. So there's obviously a missing link, and that missing link is biology, B-U-Y-ology. We have to determine why people buy. There have to be triggers. There have to be tripwires, things you shouldn't do. And certainly there are secrets to negotiations. What we do with bank is crack the personality code of your prospect and take it to the bank. Think of your prospect as a cryptex. Deep inside, they have the secret of the Holy Grail, as in the Da Vinci Code. Surrounding the Holy Grail in that particular movie was a vial of vinegar. If the code was entered exactly as required, the cryptex would open and the secret of the Holy Grail was revealed. If it was entered incorrectly or anything went wrong, the vial of vinegar would break, the secret of the Holy Grail would be lost because the paper would simply disintegrate. It is like that with your client. Tony Robbins says, let your prospect determine your presentation. What a great idea! But how do you do that? You do it with bank, of course. The most common mistake that professional salespeople do is they deliver the right script only 25% of the time. That means they connect with only 1 in every 4 people they speak with. We all have our own presentations. I'm sure every single one of you on this call has an amazing presentation in your dominant personality code. My dominant personality code is knowledge. My presentation before I understood bank was a knowledge presentation. If I was presenting to a knowledge person, they were in the palm of my hand, no problem whatsoever. But if I was presenting to any of the other people, I was delivering the wrong script. That's delivering the wrong script to 3 out of 4 people, to 75% of the people I met. That is not a good situation. Especially since it was determined that only 18% of buyers will buy from a salesperson who doesn't match their personality type, whereas 82% will buy when the personality types are aligned. So you can see from that study that you need to not only determine the personality code of your client, but you also need to have a way of connecting with them, a presentation that you give in their code. That way you have a much better chance of getting the sale. Increase your sales up to 300%. Let's take a look at this diagram. Let's forget the letters along the way. Pretend that you are at a cocktail party and there are English-speaking people, Spanish, French, and German people there. You speak only English. You're talking to somebody. If they speak English, you have a wonderful conversation. If they don't speak English, you're lost. You're not communicating. However, if you learn a second language, if you learn Spanish, and you identify the person you were speaking with as Spanish, no problem, you're connecting. And so on and so forth when you learn the French and the German situation. You learn to determine their personality or their language, and you connect with them in that code. Let's take a look at the system of bank. We're going to take a look at all 4 personality types. Our blueprints, these are people who think within the box. These are our police officers, our accountants. Some of their values are stability, planning, predictability, duty, credentials, and tradition. When you're presenting to somebody who is a blueprint personality, these are the type of values that you need to speak to, and you will connect with them. When you greet somebody with a blueprint personality, you tend to do that with a handshake. That is what they like to do. Our next personality group is entirely different. This is our action group. Action people don't want to go anywhere near the box. These are our athletes. They're entrepreneurs. I'm sure many of you on this call have action as a primary code right now because you love opportunities. These are our, well, as I said, our athletes and our entrepreneurs. They value freedom, action, excitement, competition, winning, and image. These are people that are not interested in all the bells and whistles. Tell them what it's going to do for them. If they see it, they'll buy it, they'll connect, and they're out of here. If the opportunity requires action, they will find and hire a blueprint to do whatever it needs. Action people tend to greet with a high five. Nurturing, on the other hand, our nurturers recycle the box. These are our volunteers, our nurses, people who care more for others than they care for themselves. The values you need to speak with when you're speaking with a nurturer are relationships, authenticity, teamwork, community, ethics. When you're presenting to a nurturer, you have to be totally and completely authentic and ethical. Otherwise, you're going to lose them completely. If you support a particular charity, go ahead and drop the name of that charity. That will give you points, and points are good. A nurturer will greet you with a hug. I have to tell you about a lady, Laura. I met Laura at the Chamber of Commerce event. I stood up and gave my brief introduction, which goes something like this. Good morning, I'm Valerie Johnson. I teach people how to predict the buying behavior of their clients in 90 seconds or less. Laura was intrigued, saw me at the break, and said, we have to get together. Shortly before Christmas, we got together for lunch. I arrived 5 minutes early. She was decorating the Christmas tree. She dropped what she was doing, ran over to me, and gave me the biggest bear hug I have had since my husband passed away. Our last group is knowledge. Now, this is my primary code. We engineer the box. Knowledge people are engineers, they're scientists. We value learning, self-mastery, science, expertise and competence, and we love technology. If you are presenting to a knowledge person, you must have all your facts and figures, and they must be correct. Don't misrepresent any of them. You probably won't close them on the very first time because they have to do their due diligence, which is why I recommend that if you're presenting to a knowledge person, you hand them a paper with a list of references for them to check. That way, you're guiding them through their due diligence as opposed to them being guided by Google, something you might not want to happen. Greet a knowledge person with a business card exchange. What is your code? Why would you want to know your code? After all, we're talking about recognizing the code of your prospect. But don't you have to know how to do it yourself? Excuse me. With the system, you're going to be able to crack your prospect's code in 90 seconds or less. We have value cards. You take the value cards, the 4 of them, you hand it to your prospect, and you say something like, before we get started, would you do me a favor? Would you take these 4 cards? On the back of each is a set of 12 values. Read each set of values and arrange the cards most like you right now on top and least like you on the bottom. That will help me serve you better and save us both time. When your client takes the cards, you're connecting. When they read the values and arrange the cards, they're starting to do what you ask them to do. And when they hand them back to you, they are revealing to you their holy grail, the way to approach them. You see, you simply give them the presentation that goes towards the values of the card on top, and you stay away from the values of the card on the bottom. Darren Gunawardena he studied bank. He's the vice president of sales for an enterprise software company. He went to deliver a presentation to a board of directors of a large company. He had assumed that they were action knowledge or knowledge action because of their position in the company. He was there early. He had his PowerPoint all set. He had his handouts. Everything was ready to go. As the people came in, a little birdie said, "You'd better code these people." Now, we all have those little birdies, and if we're smart, we listen to them, right? Darren had several sets of cards. He handed cards to each, and the dominant personality code, to his complete surprise, was nurturer. He closed his laptop. He gave his nurturing presentation. He put his handout in his briefcase, and he walked away with the contract. He later talked to some of the directors and asked them, would you have purchased if I had given you the PowerPoint presentation? And they said either no or probably not. Darren always uses his cards at this point. He made $250,000 in that negotiation. Now, bank pass cards are old school. There's something we can do when we just meet somebody on the fly. But we're also a technology company, an industry disruptive technology company. You can now crack your prospect's code online in less than 90 seconds. You send them an invitation with a link. They take the 4 cards and they arrange them in order. Oops, there we go. The access code that you send them to mybankcode.com/your access code. Marty's access code is engaged. Mine is easy. When you become a subscriber, you get to select your own access code. The prospect then enters their information and they receive a customer report, all about the most important person in the world to them, themselves. This report has a value of $97. It is not provided unless they have an access code, so you are protected in that. You as a subscriber get a sales report. You get all the client information, contact information, you get their bank code, you get top sales and communication tips. Here's a sample of the first screen. Your online dashboard also has a bank code relationship manager that will allow you to do all sorts of things, including it has a cutting-edge marketing sales funnel that is bankified according to the 4 personality codes for selling bank to each. Bank is unusual in that it has applications in all areas of life. We as a company have successful people using it in sales, financial services, real estate, professionals, online marketing, relationships. I have to tell you about a little boy I met when I was at an expo in Fort Pierce. He was about 8 years old. He was a holy terror, running around disrupting everything. I called him over, showed him our children's version of the value cards, coded himself. I then went to his mother and had a little chat with her. This is how you need to approach your son. She called him over. I don't know what they did, but he was a good little boy after that. On my way out, she ran over to me and she said, "Thank you so much. This is the first time I have ever felt I was actually connecting with my son. I'm sure things have gone better for that family lately." Speakers and coaches are using it. Educators are using it. Just think, so many of the little children who are not well behaved and they're really bad students are that way because they are so bright that they are bored. If the teacher is able to code their personality, code the personality of every single student, the teacher will know how to communicate. Little Johnny could be going from the dunce who should be sitting in the corner and nobody wants to have in their classroom being a really talented student. I've seen that happen. It's used in leadership and, of course, the corporate world. One of my mentors in bank went to a corporation to straighten it out. She was given a list of 39 people that they thought should be fired because they were non-performing. At that time, we had only the cards, and Mamie took the cards and coded every one of the 39 people, discovering that they were in the wrong position for their personality. She placed them in the right position, got them trained, and to this day, 5 years later, they are still there and highly successful. Most of you know Les Brown. Les Brown has said, "Bank is a game changer for every entrepreneur and sales professional. This system will strengthen your confidence, expand your selling skills, and dramatically increase your income." Les is an affiliate with Bank, and he sells our product and gets paid a commission for every product he sells. It is an opportunity, yes. So obviously the solution to your sales problem is Bank. Let's see how that works for you. A Bank Pass membership is amazing. It is a monthly subscription. You have unlimited bank code assessments. Whether you crack 5 codes, 50 codes, 500 codes, 5,000 codes, or you do absolutely nothing, your monthly fee is exactly the same. We don't charge by the assessment, as some of them do, anywhere from $15 to $250 per each assessment. And I can tell you that you get a whole month for less than the $250. You also get the BCRM, the Bank Code Relationship Manager. It is included with your Bank Pass subscription for the first 12 months. Also, 24/7, 365 access to the Vault. The Vault is where we have our online training, or as I prefer to say, that is our online learning center. This is where you learn in depth about the 4 personality types. You learn how to code people by observing them. We call that speed coding. The observation and asking the right questions. You learn how to power script, how to write to appeal to every single one of the 4 personality codes. Not only language, but also the graphics to put in your promotional pieces. There are other ancillary situations. There is a whole section on center of influence networking, so you can get the most out of your networking events. There's a millionaire mind map, which goes through different ways, or it really is a system of getting from where you are to a millionaire, providing you have that type of product. You can see there that we also have an enterprise version for those of you who are involved with large companies who had 6 or more people that you would want on the system. You can talk to us about the enterprise edition. The value of these is almost $20,000, but I can assure you that it's not going to cost you anywhere close to that. Anytime you invest in training, you have to figure out what your return on investment is. Many people say that your return on investment should at least cover the cost of your training. I'm telling you, the bank, your return on investment will at least double the cost of your training. That is, of course, that you go to the Learning Center and you implement what you learn. You don't do anything, you won't get anything. You know how that works. Say you're a realtor. What if you were to sell 1 more sale a month? Would that make a difference in your life? You have a lesser priced item with a shorter selling. Say you're a car salesperson. What if you could make 1 more car sale per week? Would that impact you? Say you have something that is even less costly. You're a network marketer, or you have, say, an insurance sale. What if you could make 1 more sale a day using the bank methodology? What would you do with your time, with the extra money? Shelley Pereira is a blueprint personality. Shelley says, bank provides a step-by-step system for more predictable results. And let me get more predictable results, and has helped me generate my highest month to date in my consulting business. Shelley worked in corporate America consulting, and then she went out on her own. Stephanie Bonte-Lebert was on Broadway, and she's a voice coach. She says, bank helped me create a 100% close rate, bringing in 5-figure monthly and blowing away my expectations. Can you imagine a 100% close rate? That's out of the park. But what if you had a 75%? That would be an improvement, wouldn't it? Robin Edgar. Bank has helped me create new client relationships and strengthen the existing ones with clients who've been with me for more than 20 years, increasing my sales 65%. Robin is a financial services person serving the high-end clientele. And Brett Yeager, Brett is our knowledge person. Interesting. Bank is the smartest and fastest system for accelerating sales, providing a competitive edge that I can count on in business, and also has dramatically improved my relationship with my wife. That is priceless. I would say so. So our Bank Pass All Access Pass is not $20,000. It's $199. That includes the setup fee and your first 30 days. And then there's a $99 a month subscription thereafter. That gives you unlimited code cracks and unlimited access to the virtual learning center. Robert Kiyosaki, the author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says most people have 1 to 2 opportunities in a lifetime. I can tell you that bank was my second opportunity. My first was the business with my husband. Currently, bank is experiencing exponential growth, and we are looking to expand our sales force. We're a global opportunity in over 40 countries. So perhaps this is the right time and the right place to start your bank business. You can become an affiliate and earn a commission anywhere from 20% to 40% every time you sell any one of the bank products. The annual fee to become an affiliate is $199. So you can become an affiliate for $199. You can get a bank pass for $99 plus $90 a month after 30 days. Now, everybody should get the bank pass for themselves. If you're going to become an affiliate, I recommend you have the bank pass because you can't sell something you don't have. If you get the bundle, both of them today, you will save $100 and it will be $299 plus $99 monthly after the first month. Select your membership. Become an affiliate for $199. If you make that decision, you really should get the bank pass for $199 plus the $99 a month. Or you can get just the bank pass and think about being an affiliate. You come across somebody who wants to do what you're doing. You could always call up Marty or me and say, hey, I have a referral for you. Here's their contact information. Go sell it. Or you can do it yourself. Oops, wrong way. Or you can get the bundle, $299 plus $99 a month after the 30 days. Which one are you? Think. You can actually increase your sales up to 300%, unlocking the secrets, the science, and the system that you need to supercharge your sales in less than 90 seconds, and you do it with bank. Remember, we said we had a gift for you. We invite you to crack your code. If I invited you, go to www.bankcode.com/easy. If Marty invited you, go to www.bankcode.com/engage. If you were invited by somebody else, get with them and get their access code, which you would place where we have easy or engage. That concludes our Why They Buy presentation. I hope you have learned a lot. We will be following up with you. And having enjoyed your lunch, thanks for being here. See you later. Bye for now.